1 hour. That's how much mental health care you get per week, if you can get it at all. 50 minutes with a therapist. Then you're on your own for the next 167 hours until your next session. And that's if you're lucky enough to have a session at all. Because right now, over 120 million Americans are living in a mental health shortage area, and over half of the psychologists in the country have no openings. Zero. The average wait list is 3 months. And I know in my local market, it's even longer. I don't think people realize what this means economically, because that constraint, one brain, 1 hour, one patient, is the entire architecture of a $460 billion industry. The therapist in private practice, seeking 6 clients a day, had $150 per session. The group practices, the teletherapy platforms, the employee assistance programs, all of it is priced around the scarcity of a single human's attention. You're not paying for the therapeutic method. You're paying for 50 minutes of someone's undivided attention. And then you're sent home to manage the other 99.4% of your time alone. I mean, if you think about it, that's what every therapist fee in history has been about, an attention ration. We just never called it that because there was no alternative to a human sitting across from you. And we never questioned that the entire mental health system runs on 50-minute increments while people deteriorate in the gaps between them. But here's what's happening right now. AI systems, not wellness apps, not meditation timers, actual clinically grounded systems can now deliver cognitive behavioral therapy techniques, monitor mood and behavior patterns in real time, detect early signals of a crisis, and adapt interventions continuously, not once a week, not after a 3-month wait. Now, a clinical trial out of Dartmouth found that people using generative AI therapy systems experienced a 51% reduction in depression symptoms. That's an outcome compared to gold standard patient care. And that changes the architecture of care in a way that's hard to overstate. Because if support is continuous instead of intermittent, the bottleneck doesn't just move, it inverts. You stop treating crises after they escalate and start catching them before they form. The breakdown that happens on a Tuesday night, invisible to the therapist you won't see until Thursday, becomes visible in real time. And the therapist's role shifts from first responder to architect, from doing triage in 50-minute windows to designing systems of care that run all week. And if your system does that while your competitors' patients are still sitting on a 3-month waitlist, they're not just slower, they're losing people in the gaps every week, which means something very strange is about to happen to a $460 billion industry built on 1 hour increments. The thing it was rationing, human attention, just became available around the clock, and we haven't redesigned the system around that yet. And we're all just still rationing.